WWE Superstar Omos, known for his towering presence and incredible physical power, has become one of the most recognizable figures in modern professional wrestling. Yet behind the intimidating frame and dominant persona lies a deeply human story, one filled with struggle, discipline, self-discovery, and an unrelenting pursuit of improvement. In a recent reflection, Omos opened up about the intense challenges he faced while training for a career in professional wrestling, shedding light on an experience that is far more demanding than what most fans see on television. For many viewers, Omos appears to be a natural force inside the ring. Standing well over 7 feet tall, he commands attention with ease and brings an energy that few athletes in the world can match. However, the journey to becoming a WWE superstar was not a smooth glide powered by size alone. It was a path marked by inner conflict, physical exhaustion, mental barriers, and lessons that push even the strongest individuals to their limits. In this in-depth feature, we explore Omos's perspective on training for the world of pro wrestling, the struggles that shaped him, the mentors who helped guide him, and the mindset he developed along the way. His story opens an honest window into a profession that is often misinterpreted, underestimated, and misunderstood by those outside the industry. For Omos, entering the WWE Performance Center for the first time was both exciting and intimidating. He recalls being surrounded by athletes from every possible background: gymnasts, football players, martial artists, amateur wrestlers, powerlifters, and seasoned independent performers. Many of them had years of experience in athletics, movement training, or performance art. While Omos possessed tremendous size and natural strength, he quickly understood that these qualities alone would not be enough to succeed. "I realized instantly that wrestling is nothing like what people see as fans," he expressed. "You think it's just about being big or strong, but the level of skill involved is something you don't understand until you try it." Those early days were filled with moments of discomfort and doubt. Despite his physical gifts, Omos found himself struggling with basics that smaller athletes were able to perform with fluidity. Footwork, balance, timing, and coordination, things that looked simple on screen, were surprisingly complicated. Even the act of falling safely, known as bumping, required a technique that took significant practice. The physical training regimen at WWE's Performance Center is designed to push athletes to their limits. Omos admits that this phase was both physically draining and mentally overwhelming. Training involves multiple sessions per day, combining weightlifting, conditioning, in-ring practice, mobility work, and sometimes rehearsals for character development or promos. "There were days where my entire body felt like it had been hit by a truck," Omos recalled with a mix of humor and honesty. "Every muscle hurt, and you had to wake up and do it all over again." At his size, even simple drills posed challenges. Running the ropes demanded developing the right posture and rhythm, lifting opponents required careful technique, and moving around the ring without losing stamina was something he had to gradually build. But he pushed forward, repeating movements until they became second nature. This repetitive process became one of the most important lessons of his career, the realization that wrestling is as much a craft as it is a sport. One of the most misunderstood aspects of professional wrestling is the art of storytelling. While the physicality is real, the heart of wrestling lies in creating drama, emotion, and connection with the audience. This element, known as ring psychology, is something that cannot be mastered overnight. For Omos, learning how to sell moves, convincing the audience that he is hurt or overwhelmed, was one of the most surprising challenges. As a larger-than-life figure, he had to carefully calibrate how much punishment he should show, when to appear dominant, and how to make smaller opponents look credible. "I never thought about how much acting goes into wrestling," he said. "You're constantly thinking about facial expressions, body language, timing, pacing, all while staying safe and performing moves correctly." Understanding this artistic side of wrestling required patience, observation, and guidance from seasoned professionals. Even physically gifted athletes encounter emotional obstacles. For Omos, the mental side of training was as demanding as the physical. There were days where he questioned whether he belonged in the industry. Watching others progress faster or perform movements he found difficult sometimes triggered frustration. But these moments, he realized, were part of the journey. The discipline required to push through self-doubt ultimately became a defining part of his growth. "You have to fight your own mind," Omos reflected. "That's the hardest part. Your body hurts, you're tired, and sometimes you're not improving as fast as you want. But you can't let that stop you." His trainers emphasized resilience, teaching him to embrace slow progress and view every challenge as an opportunity to become stronger. The WWE Performance Center is known for producing world-class talent thanks to its dedicated team of coaches. For Omos, guidance from experienced veterans was instrumental. Coaches who understood his size, movement limitations, and strengths helped tailor his training to build upon what made him unique. They taught him how to transform his size from a potential hindrance into a remarkable asset. They helped him enhance his presence, refine his character, and develop a ring style that matched his physical identity. They pushed me, they corrected me, and they believed in what I could become, Omos shared gratefully. Their experience made all the difference. Mentorship also extended beyond technique. Veteran wrestlers offered advice on handling pressure, maintaining discipline, engaging with fans, and staying grounded amid fame. One aspect of training that Omos found essential, but often overlooked by fans, is learning how to protect others in the ring. Wrestling requires a high level of trust between performers. Every move, lift, throw, and landing must be executed safely. For someone of Omos's size, safety became even more critical. He needed to control his strength, distribute his weight properly, and learn techniques that allowed him to perform powerful moves without risking injury to his opponents. "People don't understand how much responsibility you carry," he explained. "When you're this big, even small mistakes can be dangerous. Safety is everything." This awareness made him even more committed to mastering the fundamentals. In professional wrestling, athletic ability alone is not enough. Every wrestler must create a persona, an identity that resonates with audiences and adds drama to matches. For Omos, this process involved experimenting with different expressions, mannerisms, attitudes, and narrative arcs. He had to learn how to cut promos, express emotions through body language, and portray intensity in a way that matched his character. Coaches worked with him on speech, confidence, and staying in character while performing. The evolution of Omos's persona became a major turning point in his career. Fans began connecting with his presence, admiring his power and enjoying his dramatic match moments. Because of his size, Omos entered WWE with high expectations. Many people assumed he would immediately dominate the roster or that he would naturally excel. But Omos understood that living up to expectations required more than physical presence. Pressure came from comparisons to other giants in wrestling history, from fan expectations, and from the internal desire to improve. Managing this pressure while continuing to train became an important part of his journey. "You can't let expectations consume you," he shared. "You have to stay focused on learning and growing at your own pace." His approach eventually helped him find balance between external expectations and personal development. Over time, the struggles that once felt overwhelming began transforming into strengths. Omos gained confidence in his movements, grew comfortable with his persona, and developed a deeper understanding of how to adapt his style to different opponents. He learned to pace his matches strategically, use his size effectively, and create dramatic moments that engaged crowds. His partnership with veteran performers also helped refine his ring awareness and storytelling ability. This turning point wasn't sudden. It was the product of months, and in many cases, years, of consistent practice, feedback, and self-discipline. Omos frequently emphasizes that his journey is ongoing. Professional wrestling is a constantly evolving craft, and even seasoned performers continue refining their skills. For him, resilience and discipline remain the foundation of his progress. He encourages others to understand that wrestling demands more than athleticism, requiring emotional strength, humility, creativity, and perseverance. "No matter how big or talented you are, you start at the beginning just like everyone else," he said. Wrestling teaches you discipline in ways you can't imagine. As Omos continues building his legacy in WWE, he has become an inspiration to young athletes who dream of entering the wrestling industry. His story demonstrates that success comes through hard work, not shortcuts. He reminds aspiring wrestlers that every superstar, no matter their background, faces a learning curve, and that determination is the most important trait of all. Omos's reflections on his training journey reveal a powerful truth about professional wrestling: it is a profession that demands everything from those who pursue it. Physical endurance, mental toughness, emotional resilience, and creative expression all play crucial roles in shaping a performer's success. While fans often see the spectacular entrances, powerful moves, and dramatic storylines, the heart of a wrestler's journey lies behind the curtain, in the sweat-soaked training sessions, the difficult lessons, the moments of self-doubt, and the victories that come from perseverance. Omos's story is one of transformation, discipline, and the pursuit of mastery. From struggling with basic drills to performing on global stages, his experience serves as a reminder that greatness is earned, not given. As he continues to grow as a competitor and entertainer, Omos stands as a shining example of what passion and resilience can achieve in the world of professional wrestling.